So I just filmed this whole video and I realized that I have an orange tongue because I'm drinking some Thai iced tea. Sorry about it. Hey guys and dolls, so the Naked3 palette is the best thing since sliced bread, or at least all of the bloggers and YouTubers who have been raving about it for weeks would have us believe. And I gotta tell you, I'm with them on this one. This is such a good palette and I'm so pleased that I picked it up. So the palette itself has a rose gold kind of look, sort of like a straight lined hammered look. It's very, very pretty. It's pretty. It's a pretty palette. I just noticed myself saying things weird. Sorry you guys, I haven't filmed a tutorial in actually over a month, so I'm a little rusty. You know, the basic palette design, the packaging of this is very similar to the Naked2 palette, and a lot of people felt that the colors were similar to the Naked2 palette. Let me go ahead and pull that out. Here's the Naked2 palette for comparison. I don't think that they're all that similar, to be honest with you. In fact, I think that they complement each other really well, and now that I see all three Naked palettes as they are, I really see what they did. They have, you know, the one that has more of the warm tones, the yellow tones, and it makes sense that that one came first because most people have a golden undertone or can pull off golden undertone eyeshadows. Then they did the one with the gray neutrals, which is something that a lot of girls love. It makes a great smoky eye to neutral palette. And now they've done this one which has the rose tone in it, and this one is my favorite because, first of all, it works for my complexion better, so naturally I'm going to gravitate to it more. But also these colors are my personal preference as well. I like more rosy toned neutrals. So this palette is just, it is the best thing since sliced bread for me. I am pleased as punch as this. With all the other, you know, Naked palettes that have come out, there's always been one, maybe two eyeshadows where I'm like, well, I'm not going to use that one because whatever reason. Whereas with this one, I've used them all. There are a couple that are a little flaky. Dust is kind of flaky, and actually I think Buzz and Trick are a little bit on the flakier side, but if I use a stickier base or even wet my eyeshadow brush, it's not a problem. Love this palette. Love, 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 love. I gotta sing a little song because I love it so much. Now, this palette is not limited edition, so you are going to be able to get this. I know it might be sold out at the time that I make this video, but don't worry about it, honey. It's coming back. For the first tutorial, I wanted to use some of my favorite colors in the palette, and that is Dark Side. It's just the most amazing gray that turns sort of a purpley gray taupe. Oh, it's so good. I can't. Mugshot, just an absolutely gorgeous mushroomy taupe color. Liar, which is a little bit more like, it's like Sable from MAC, honestly. It's very close, but I think I might favor Liar compared to Sable. I also used Limit and I used Strange. Love this highlight. Finally, a matte, light enough highlight. Like, this whole palette is really good, and you can expect more videos using this palette from me in the future. Speaking of more videos, if you'd like to see a playlist of all of my makeup tutorials, I will have a link for you right here as well as in the description box down below. Without any further ado, let's get started with this tutorial. To create a framework for my eyes today, I used my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Medium Ash. It's a really great match for my hair color, and I just love how skinny it is, and I'm just really crazy about this product in general. Then I took a concealer to minimize the appearance of veins in my eyelid and also to kind of hide any baby hairs that might be kind of poking through. Next, I'm going to take the Naked3 palette and pick up Strange eyeshadow. And it's a very light, kind of off-white shade. It's a satin finish, so it's not completely matte. And I'm just going to pat that on over the underbrow area. I don't know why I said it like that. Whatever. Just pat it on. Now I'm going to apply my... Ooh, too much primer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, that's way too much primer. Now I'm taking the primer on the lower part of my lid, just smoothing it out all over. So now to create some depth on my eyelid, I'm going to be using Limit eyeshadow, which is this gorgeous shade here, and the tip of a very fluffy, slightly angled brush. I'm going to flick it to get rid of some of the excess powder, and I'm going to rock that in my socket line. La la la. I really love this eyeshadow, and you'll notice that when I go to place that, I'm actually starting here on this inner corner. It gives me a nice even application. Sometimes when I apply it in the outer corner, it gets kind of heavy on the outer corner, which is not what I'm going for at this point, at least not with this particular eyeshadow. I want this to be nice and even across the lid. So I'm starting here in the inner corner and then blending that out to the outer corner of the eye. The next eyeshadow I'm picking up is Dark Side, which is neat. It looks gray in the pan, but on the eyelid it turns sort of a grayish purple. It's pretty cool. And then I'm using a very small eyeshadow brush to apply this. And I'm going to be stamping this on almost in an angle, like a winged liner, but more like on the lid. So just stamp, 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 stamp. See how I'm keeping that on the lid? And then I'm going to start to feather that color over. Next I'm bringing in that fluffy brush from earlier and just kind of blending that out. Not kind of blending it out, I am blending it out. Now while this Wayne Goss brush is really great at doing kind of sweeping blending and even some softer detailed blending, it's very, very soft, and so it doesn't always kind of like get in there and make it happen. Now I'm going to be taking a shorter and firm blending brush. This is from Sigma. This is one of their new ones. It's the E39. And I'm just using that to really round out the edge there. Now I'm going to use Mugshot, just the most gorgeous like taupey mushroom color ever. New favorite. I'm using the brush that comes with the palette. And I'm placing that on my lid next to the other color. It's a bit lighter and it has that reflective finish, so it gives a great shine to the inner, or the center of the lid. And I'm blending that just onto like that crease line, and then I'm going to stop placing the color. But I'm going to blend it over the outer color, or the outer color. Oh, whatever. Now I'm going to pick up Liar, which is somewhat in the same family, but it's a little bit pinker and maybe a bit browner than Mugshot. And I'm going to place that in the inner portion of the lid. The warmth of Liar goes really great with the color that we have as our transitional shade. It's so pretty! For eyeliner today I'm using Inglot number 74. It's a purple plum shade, just gorgeous with this look. And a little push liner. And I'm just going to be doing just that. Pushing the liner into my lash line. Gives us a little definition without a harsh line. And the plum color is going to go so pretty with these eyeshadows. Now for some extra points, I'm going to take Black Heart eyeshadow and my little push liner brush. And I'm just going to tap that over that purple gel liner. Just going to deepen it up a little bit. Alright, so I've already contoured and highlighted this side of my face, and I'm going to do this side to kind of show you guys the difference, so you can see sort of like a before and after. So the first thing I'm doing is taking Illamasqua Heroine eyeshadow and a brush from the Wayne Goss collection. And speaking of heroine, we saw Lorde in concert a couple weekends ago, and she was awesome. Anyway, I'm just taking this along the underside of my cheekbone in sort of like a back and forth motion. And then I will take it along the jawline. It's very subtle, and that's what I love about it, is that it's not like too stark or like, ooh, that's a whole lot of contour you did right there. Next I'm taking another small brush and I'm just going to go along my nose. And this isn't something that you would need to do every day, but because I have these bright lights and everything, when I go to take pictures, my features pop more when I have contoured. But you know, for everyday use, I don't generally contour things like my nose. I'm taking some of my diffused light ambient light powder, and I'm going to put this right on the top of my cheekbone. It's lighter than my skin tone a bit, and a bit yellow as well, so it's going to help to cancel out any red tones in my cheeks and also give me a little bit of a glow without it being too frosty. I'll also take this up here, a little bit on my nose. And again, I put this on my nose to sort of blend out that contour, make it nice and diffused and natural. Which is funny because it's called diffused light. I just got that as I said it. Next I'm going to come in with dim light and the same angled brush. This is again a Sigma brush. And I'm going to apply this where I would apply blush. This is going to give my skin a really great glow. And really, if I wanted to go, you know, light-handed, I could just wear this as a blush. But of course I like blush, so I'm going to wear an actual blush. Stop saying blush. So for my rouge, because I'm trying to not say the B word, this is Pinch of Peach from MAC. Again, same brush. Apply this to the back sides of the apples of my cheeks. And this brush, can we just have a moment? I love it so much. I love it best for doing things like highlighter and blush. It feels like I'm rubbing a little velour puff on my face. I think I just said the B word. Alright, so now I'm curling my lashes with a full-size lash curler, and I mention this because I normally use this little half-size one, but they had this one that was rose gold from Tweezerman at Sephora, and I just had to get it, so, you know, why not? I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes first. So just wiggle the mascara into your top lashes as well. I haven't worn just mascara by itself in a while without false lashes, so we're just gonna skip any other false lashes or even any liner on the bottom, just kind of keep it soft. Now the lipstick primer, I'm just taking my face powder and popping it on over my lips, like so. And then for my lipstick, I'm going to be using the Plum Rose lipstick from Milani. It's one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. Gorgeous cranberry plum rose shade. So now to add a little bit more of a pink pop and some shine, I'm using the Tarte Amused Natural Lip Stain. It's like a hot pink one. You can get it from a far less expensive brand if you'd like. And put that on. And it doesn't alter the color greatly, but it changes the texture. It makes it more of like a glossy lipstick, whereas the Plum Rose by itself is a little bit on the like satin matte side. This is without a doubt my favorite Naked palette from the collection of Naked palettes that they've done. The Naked 1 palette was just a little too warm tone for me, and I can make it work, but I usually need to invite other friends to the party to kind of mellow it out for my skin tone, otherwise it goes a little bit on the yellow or orange toned tint on me. And then the Naked 2 palette was just kind of gray and it sort of washes me out, and again I can make it work, but I gotta invite other friends to the party. Whereas with this one, I've been able to do so many looks that just look fantastic on me, every single one. I've not put this to my eyes and had, you know, an experience where I was like, oh, well, never mind. I mean, even the gray is like a purple toned gray. It's just, it's so good. So this is definitely going to be my favorite Naked palette of all time. The only thing I could think that they could do that would make me, I don't know if happier, or like something I think would make a complete set of all the Naked palettes would be to do an all matte Naked palette. I'm just putting it out there. I'm campaigning for it. Let's make it happen. This is going to be amazing for anyone who has hazel eyes or green eyes as well, because of all these gorgeous pink tones. Really going to make your eye color pop. And I guess that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you'd like to see a playlist of all my other tutorials, I will include a link for you here and also in the description box down below. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be yourself. See you. Bye.